My name is Levine, and I'm the education manager, so I'm the one back in the office writing the programming, answering the registrations, always there to answer questions, just keeping things organized. Where is this activity, or how can I download this, or any general questions are always welcome. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the nuts and bolts of using the program. So how do I register, where do I find what I'm looking for, and how are some of the ways that we support it? So what are some of the resources that come along with it? We definitely want to emphasize that we want it to fit what's working for you on your campus. So that's why I loved a lot of the examples that Autumn gave, because there's no wrong way to do it. So you can download the kind notes, you can get the green ones, or you can print your own, and you can create art, you can create visuals, you can make your own tokens that you pass around, you can use the ones that we have available, and if you're doing that, you're doing it. So what we want to do is support you doing that, however it looks, and know that that is going to make an impact. So the power of visuals on your campus can just affect someone's day. The power of just using the word kindness, making that association, or calling it out. So having a kind kid a week, like an example that someone gave, or mentioning an act or two of kindness witnessed on board announcements. Just having it be a word that's used, then that signifies to students that kindness is supported, it's valued, it's cool, it's something that you can talk about, acknowledge, or ask more questions about, or treat yourself with kindness and ask for help when you need it. And so we want you to know that our program supports the learning, that supports the skill building, that then gets you just doing it in any way, a visual, a small thing each day, or a small note, or drawing a note. And you don't necessarily have to do every single thing that we suggest. We're just here to make suggestions so that you use the ideas that work for you. And we know that, as Autumn said, sometimes our ideas are tools that support the programs that you get to do. So we just want to be there for you, and we want you to feel supported in that. So I'm going to go through just what is Kind Campus. It fits our mission exactly. So we're giving you this background, the science, some of the ideas that we've gathered and researched. We're presenting that so that hopefully you're motivated to then do the notes or do what works for you. So we're supporting the staff and faculty and the students to practice and hopefully over time build a culture so it becomes a part of what your school does. So how does it work? Is we provide access to the program to, again, support you doing it. So when you register for the program, you get access to our website. And it's a link that is otherwise not listed on our website. So you get that link, and it's a bespoke website that hosts some introductory materials and also 12 monthly, or 9 monthly guides. 12 is for our workplace program that we have with kind colleagues. So 9 months of monthly guides. Each one has a theme, and they present some of that background, maybe one of those lessons about negativity bias or neuroplasticity, how our brains work. And the idea is in reading that, you just get inspired to maybe share that lesson or talk about it with a coworker, maybe present it to students. But then we do suggested activities that you can then maybe share or just keep in your mind as you work on building that culture. So you can choose to read the monthly guides, or you can choose to select the themes that are most relevant to you. It's not prescriptive, so each month you'll find something relevant depending on what you seek out. So this is just reiterating that the program supports your increased awareness of kindness and some of the things that are going on in our brains, and your intentionality to practice, as we talked about, and that will support the practice and lead to that kind culture. And the kind culture in the school, we like to talk about how that can be taken home, and those lessons can be applied there sometimes, among peers, clubs, or other ways that students interact with other people their age. It can extend to neighborhoods, like with the kind notes in the neighborhood surrounding a school. It can extend to communities. How do we treat public shared spaces? How do we act on club sports or in spaces that are even outside of school? So the way that kindness spreads is something that we want to just kind of notice and acknowledge. We hope that these skills at an individual level become things that reverberate in entire communities. So that's how engaging with the program can hopefully spread and catch on and grow. That's our model for how it works. What you'll see is, again, the monthly guides. We also send out emails every Monday morning that take you straight through the program. So if you're someone that just wants to get it in your inbox, read a quick paragraph, or maybe forward it to a few of the people on campus that are helping you with the program, that's one way to engage with it. We started those emails when everyone was home during the pandemic and just needing like an easy, deliverable way to engage with the program because maybe they're not meeting in groups regularly. So you can do the monthly guides if that's your preference, or you can just grab those emails and we just want it to be user-friendly. So we have the two ways of delivering the program. And that's an example of one of the monthly guides. And the next slide is one of our tools that is just a big visual. So we're big about the power of visual reminders, because if you see that messaging and you know it's supported in your space, then we think that it's going to be used to engage with more. So we have Science of Kindness poster every month, and a kindness quote from a famous person or a known person every month. And those just create a great atmosphere. And they're beautifully designed this year, thanks to Monique. So these are some examples of the month one posters, and they're different every month. And then the guides, like I was describing, they give a quick lesson. There's a paragraph about self-kindness, because that's such an important theme. So there's a related lesson to the theme every month about self-kindness. And there's sections of the monthly guides that are just actual suggested activities. So we'll do this in the classroom, we'll have this kind of discussion. So if those work for you, we have those there every single month. The details, this is an important one. We do ask you to register your school every year. So if you're not sure if you're registered, you can always fill out the form and we'll keep track. If you're not sure if another educator on the campus is registered, we can keep track of that. So don't worry, you're not missing a participant or anything. The reason that we keep track of schools registering each year is because we need to know who's using the program so we can report out on that. When we're doing grant funding, when we're speaking as to who the program is serving. So we do ask, how many students are at your school? What district are you in? So us being able to keep track of that and say, we have this many schools engaged this year, or we serve this many students, or we serve this many educators, can help us keep the program free, keep track of who's using it, and also make improvements each year. So what worked, what didn't, we collect that information, and we appreciate you registering each year. So we work every summer to update the materials, and then we roll it out around in July or before the school year starts. But you can register at any time throughout the year. And you get that link, so remember to bookmark it. You can always email, I lost the link, I need a refresher, that's no problem. And feel free to share it with anyone on campus. Just if you know an educator at another school, they should register their school on their own, please. This is just reiterating that the emails will take you through the program, or you may reference the monthly guides at any time. And if you ever have ideas for what would make it easier for you to use or access, or what your preference is, we're happy to hear about that as well. So a couple of the things that are brand new, a couple of the sections and resource guides I'll just take you through. We have the Kindness at Home section, and that's really getting into just how kindness can ripple from hopefully an individual classroom to an entire school community, to what kids are experiencing at home or in their free time. So we give suggestions of maybe conversations to have at home, or ideas for ways to help out at home or in the community, maybe having a trash pickup or help with dishes, or just a gratitude jar, or make a visual at your own home. So just suggestions to kind of keep the flow going and to get those thoughts going about how is this learning affecting other spheres of our lives and our learning. So the Kindness at Home section has been newly refreshed and added to the monthly guide and relates to the theme every month. And This is a document that actually takes just ideas from a whole group of educators that we interacted with, and for a couple of big themes, it gives ideas. So here's something that really resonated with students that I did. It was straightforward and easy. Or here's a comment that I got back that made me realize this concept or that concept was great. So we just wanted to take educator input and list it all out so that you can just get a bunch of ideas. And that's a way to get started, to dive in and to do the kindness. So we wanted to have that laid out in one easy place. So that's supporting the culture building, and that's a document that you'll find in the introductory materials on the website. The power of visual reminders is a theme that we're really highlighting this year. This is the Saguaro mural, our latest mural. So this is the kind of the first one we did, prototype that we did on our building downtown, and it is now available to do in the public at schools. So if you're interested, let us know. But that's our most beautiful recent design. The power of visuals, as I was getting at, is just really strong. So in shared spaces, in a community, but especially on campus, people see that kindness is supported, that it's a word that is used, and there's messaging going on there, even if there's not a conversation happening around it every day. Some schools have murals from many years ago, and we talk to them, and they say, oh, I'm not, I wasn't here when the mural was created. I didn't have a hand in making those tiles, but regardless, it's this strong reminder, and kids see it, in the lunchroom or just when they're new on campus. They come and see the strong piece, and they say, oh, we did Ben's Bells at my previous school, or tell me more about that. So the power of visual reminders also has a lot of science backing how it enhances learning and how it creates these spaces around it. So we have a whole guide for those that want to learn more about that, a whole tool. A couple of program enhancements that I just want to let you know about that are some of the things that we offer. So there's Autumn. We do have assemblies where we will come to the school and address the whole school, or in groups if it's a huge school and that's your preference. But we'll come and do a 30-minute interactive assembly where we introduce what is Ben's Bells and what's our story, and what is behind this organization that you might have seen, the behind around town. But we also present some of the fun stuff and get the kids thinking about some of these concepts in a kid-friendly way, but also why are my teachers talking about this? This is maybe a program that we're going to start doing, or an initiative that one of the clubs is going to start. So we kind of build enthusiasm around the kindness thing and just kind of kick you off. And we can come and do that at any time. So that's one of the ways that you can get in touch and let us know if you're interested in that. We have a sliding scale in terms of what we charge for assemblies. So feel free to get in touch and ask about that. And field trips is where you can come to us. So we have our studio downtown, and those are a lot of fun. Depending on the size of your group, you can come and learn about Ben's Bells, but also get to do some hands-on art through clay work. So they get to get their hands on some clay, they get to get a little messy, but not too messy. They get to decorate, they learn about how the pieces that they're creating get fired and go back out into the community. So really how kindness spreads and how their contribution can be affecting other kids at other schools. We lead conversations about kindness, we lead some educational activities. So they get to come to our cool space, learn about what we do, get their hands on some art, and also just be led through some kindness activities. So those are a lot of fun, and feel free to get in touch about those opportunities. During the school year, as a registered school, you're entitled to a 20% discount. So if you ever want to make an order, just get in touch and let us know, and we can apply that easily for you. If you are interested in getting a set of t-shirts or posters, we have a bulk online store with some designs ready to go. So that would be nice if you want to do that. And we have volunteer opportunities all the time as well. So a student group or a club or a sports team can come and volunteer, to schedule that ahead of time. We also have families that come. So people are coming in from out of town, we want to bring them downtown and do a volunteer opportunity. We have all sorts of ways that we can do that. We have a lot of student clubs or high school students that have volunteer hour requirements that come and do it. So we have a lot of different kinds of groups that come and volunteer with us all the time, and we super appreciate that. They get to get their hands on some play, but there's no skill level required, so we will teach them what they need to know, and they help out with kind of just whatever we need. And we also teach them about bend films while they're visiting, so it's a great experience. The murals, again, these are our main designs that we offer: the tree, the be kind in English or Spanish, and the flower, and then the new saguaro. We're also open to talk about custom murals that integrate other designs or your mascot, whatever it may be. And we come to your school and lead a workshop where students get to make some of the background tiles. And then we have an exciting installation where people can come and help install the murals as well and be a part of it. So feel free to get in touch about that or learn more about how they're funded. We love doing murals and interacting with the community in that way. This is a fun thing we have. It's just one of the activities that we can help you find. But we collect drawings, student drawings, motivated by the question, what does kindness mean to you, or what does it look like to you? We collect all these drawings. They're amazing, and we translate them into either a stepping stone, like you see here, or a piece of art, or an item that we sell in our shop. So we have like bookmarks and greeting cards, things like that, all inspired by student art. And the stepping stones in particular we auction off, so they're a popular item that are the biggest fundraiser of the year, and the students get to see their beautiful art made into another form of beautiful art. That's a fun just classroom activity to get the students thinking about what kindness looks like, and we get so many wonderful, amazing interpretations, so that's one of our favorite things to receive. That's a fun activity that you can do at any time with your students. And we have a badge. If you would like to display it on your website or use it in any way, I just want you to know that that's available. The current We Are a Kind Campus badge can be fun to use and display. Oh, this is how to get in contact with me. That's fun too. That is myself, and feel free to email me about anything, even if it's just where are the kind notes, or this is what I have experienced in my classroom. Do you have anything that addresses that, or an activity that relates to this theme that we happen to be on? Anything like that, I know the program and where things are, and I'm happy to just be touching base with schools that are using it. And I also love seeing photos of your art, examples of the tree or whatever it is that you created. Those types of things can be really motivating to other schools too. So no question or query is too small, so please email.